it isn't over. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you too. Don't forget me, I beg.
Hello, I'm Brooke Hurley, and this is your Charger Nation Weekly Report. BHS production of Into the Woods now has a performance date, April 28th and April 29th. Into the Woods is a mix of well-known stories including Cinderella, Little Red Riding Hood, Jack and the Beanstalk, and Rapunzel. In this mixed-up story, a baker and his wife are childless because of a beautiful witch and her curse. They must find a milk-white cow, hair as yellow as corn, a blood-red cape, and a slipper of gold. I wonder where they will come across these items. Brooke Wise was asked about how she's feeling about the performance, and she had this to say: "I'm really happy about this. I love musicals, and I'm happy about how smoothly things are going. Go check it out, Bullet East."
You could watch 5 or 6 shows, or just one.
Well, Bullet East, we have finally almost reached the end of the 2017 school year, and for some of us, the end of our high school career. The pressing question is definitely on our shoulders now. What are we going to do now? Many have decided what college they're going to and what career they will pursue. You still have some time, but it is definitely something that has to have a sense of urgency at this point. Up next is a field report from William Smith, followed by electoral dysfunction.
High school is filled with important moments, but more importantly, it's filled with important tests. AP tests, the SAT, the PSAT, finals, and possibly the most highly regarded of all, the dreaded ACT. The ACT is a nationally recognized achievement test, ranking its participants on a scale of 36 potential points. The test is made up of 5 sections: English, mathematics, reading, science, and an optional writing section, if one is to be so bold. The school puts a lot of gusto on the test, going as far as taking days out of our schedule to take a practice ACT, the CERT. How far do these measures go, though? Does the average student even care about the ACT? And really, should they? To answer this question, I decided to head into the school, directly to the people who it affects the most, the students.
If at all, how many times have you taken ACT?
Once.
Once.
3 times.
None.
Twice.
I've taken it 3 times.
Have you ever studied for the ACT, and if so, to what extent?
Yes, I took practice tests, and my teachers tell me all the time.
No.
Yeah,
And no. We take ACT reads, like passages from ACT in Miss Capito's class.
Studying for it this year, and I went through like this big book.
Just having teachers that know the material that is on the ACT, that's kind of helped me a lot with understanding what's going to be on there and do I feel ready for it. But on going on a website and clicking ACT, let's study, I haven't.
I haven't yet. I studied for the second two because I have a book, like an ACT prep book.
What do you believe the value of the ACT is? What's the
Nothing.
point? What's the point?
To judge your knowledge, which is false.
I have no idea.
To get a scholarship.
Okay.
Just to pretty much gauge our general ability, I guess.
No, it's just to get a scholarship.
Yeah, that's
There's no reason for the ACT. It doesn't matter.
I think it's pretty important. I mean, most colleges look at it for when you apply.
I think the point is to basically tell colleges, hey, I don't really know how well you've done these past 4 years in school, but we're going to give it a shot by looking at your test score that is over a lot of things. I also think that, social studies should be kind of one of the things too on there, and it's not. That just shows what they find important, but I think also that the point of the ACT is just to give colleges a rough draft of how well would the student do in our school, but I think though, when you just have a test that's only geared for, how well the student is going to do on it and not look at the overview, it just takes away from the actual education that they could get from your school, and also the amount of good, views they could give to your school because of their academics.
Getting to college pretty much. That's pretty much what it's there for. Every college pretty much asks for it. I agree with you. Okay.
The end. You're welcome.
With juniors set to take the ACT in school this year, knowledge is important, not only within the actual fields of the test, but of the actual test itself. Though my sample size was relatively small, I found a student populace far more informed than even I imagined. The stage has been set, now it's time for action. Pressure's not only building up in school this week, but in the worldwide political realm as well. This is electoral dysfunction. President Trump is edging closer and closer to his first 100 days in office, and things are heating up, especially in the Foreign Affairs Department. Recently, bombings and war have been on the minds of most Americans, with the potential combatants including Russia, Syria, North Korea, and ISIS. While 2 out of 4 of those groups have been handed a bomb for their troubles, one seems to pose an ever-increasing threat of handing us one. Last week, my fellow anchor Ethan talked about North Korea, but today I'm going to talk about the reaction. This Wednesday, a briefing will be held at the White House over the situation, and all of the Senate is invited. All 100 of them are set to meet with the President, as well as the Secretary of State, Secretary of Defense, Director of National Intelligence, and Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. It's rare for such a combination of people to meet in a place as unusual as the White House, but what exactly is up is only to be speculated for now. Some say that President Trump is setting the stage for a war declaration, while others think this meeting will be focused on how to stop the threats peacefully. Outside of the country, President Trump has been urging the UN to impose new sanctions on North Korea, calling it a problem that we have to finally solve, and that the status quo in North Korea is also unacceptable. Frankly, Trump thinks the UN hasn't lived up to its potential, but what that potential is has yet to be seen. As a member of the media, let's talk about the trappings of other members of the media, shall we? First on the chopping block this week was cable news veteran Bill O'Reilly, who was forced out of Fox News. Despite his infamy and status as the top-rated anchor in cable news at the moment, O'Reilly was let go due to a variety of sexual harassment scandals building up over the years, and just now boiling over. O'Reilly's parent companies Fox News and 21st Century Fox came under extreme fire after continuing to stand by O'Reilly and pay settlements to 5 different women over cases of sexual harassment, with the final bill totaling around $13 million. This wasn't just an ordinary fire, though. This was money burning. More than 50 advertisers dropped O'Reilly's show following the controversy, and the network started to squirm. The final call for the firing came from an internal investigation that also reported inappropriate behavior by O'Reilly to multiple women. Also in the news this week has been Alex Jones, the founder and lead anchor of InfoWars. Currently, Jones is caught in a custody battle for his 3 children between himself and his ex-wife. An extreme conspiracy theorist spouting claims of government-controlled weather, Sandy Hook being a false flag, and goblins, many question the validity of Jones's ability to be a good parent. Jones claims to have already had 160 women by the age of 16, and in the same breath that his on-camera character is not representative of his reality. Regardless, he's made everyone upset in one way or another, and asked for privacy regarding the matter. Now, let's hand it off to Matt and Jarrett with the Red Zone Sports Report, but first, a brief message from our sponsors.
The following is not actually a Time Light commercial.
Does this ever happen to you? Don't think there's a better way? Well, we have the solution for you. Come to the Charger Bank. That's right, the Charger Bank. Just look at this satisfied customer.
Kim Jong-un, Bill O'Reilly, and Alex Jones sure are crazy. I'm Matthew.
I'm Jared.
And this is your Red Zone Sports Report.
Charger baseball team is having a rough season so far, posting a record of 14-8. Many of those losses being one-run losses. Even with the poor performance so far, the Chargers still believe they are a competitor for the state title this year. Senior third baseman Michael Lowbred states, "When we're playing as well as we can, there's nobody in the state that can beat us." He also added that the young guys are going to have to step up in big situations moving forward, and the upperclassmen are going to have to use their experience to their advantage. The Chargers will have plenty of more opportunities to prove that they are still one of the big dogs in the Kentucky high school playing field. With big games coming against Trinity, North Bullitt, and Cal still left to play, the Chargers can still change this thing around, and hopefully they get going into the postseason.
The Bullitt East track and field team has done very well under Coach Rayleigh and Coach Whitfield this season. New people seem to be meeting new personal records each week. The team competed very well last Wednesday during their hosted meet as the girls placed first and guys placed fourth. On Saturday, the Chargers competed in the Eastern Relays. The best teams from the Louisville area were there, and the girls placed 10th out of 24 teams. Overall, it was a really good day across the board for the entire squad. There are 5 regular season meets left, and May 13th is the regional track meet. Whoever qualifies for state will compete in the 3A state track meet a week later on May 20th. I interviewed senior track star Claire Feldhaus about her thoughts on the team. She had this to say, "I definitely think that we will have a lot of our runners, jumpers, and throwers qualify for state. To automatically qualify, you have to get first or second in your event at region, and then once all 3A regions have competed, some other times will qualify to fill the complete state meet. It's definitely challenging to make it to state, but we have kids that are more than capable of doing so. I'm excited to see how it all plays out. Good luck to the team during the rest of their season, and shout out to Claire for the information." And now, let's take a look at our weekly Red Zone Sports Report play-by-play highlight reel. We got the boys race here. Connor Green's way ahead. Now on to Jared with the girls race.
Thanks, Matt. Over here in the girls race, Claire Feldhaus has jumped out to a substantial lead and is looking like she's going to take first place. Now let's check in on the rest of the competition. Oh! Man, looks like a walk in the park today for the Bullitt East track and field. The Lady Chargers softball team is off to another good start this year. The Lady Chargers have a record of 10-7 and have some key wins against Fern Creek and Holy Cross. They also have a tough loss to the defending state champions, Scott County, with a score of 2-1. The Lady Chargers have had some key performers this year with the usual Taylor Roby, Lindsay Renasson, and Hannah Dahl. They also are getting a lot of help from 8th grader Alana Peace. The Lady Chargers have some tough games coming up that will help them get ready for the postseason. Junior Taylor Roby stated, "We definitely have room to improve, but we have to get a big win over Mercy to put us as the #1 seed in our district. We wish the Lady Chargers the best of luck as they finish out their season."
Embarazada. The Bullitt East Charger baseball squad fell to J-Town 3-2 in 9 innings last Tuesday night. The Charger record now falls to 12-8 on the year and 1-1 in the district. District games are of utmost importance when it comes to postseason play, and with the win, the Chargers could have controlled their own destiny in their district. Sophomore right-hander Jared Rinaldi started on the hill. He pitched 5 solid innings while only allowing 1 run due to an error. Garrett Simpson replaced Rinaldi, and he also pitched very well. Unfortunately, the Chargers could only give them 2 runs of support. A few errors and missed opportunities plagued their hopes. Senior Jake Reese had this comment after the loss: "We should have won that game. We didn't capitalize on our opportunities, and it came back to bite us in the end." The Chargers will bounce back. They should keep their heads high after the disappointment because everyone played their hearts out. On the bright side, they can still secure the #1 seed in the district with the Fern Creek victory over J-Town. And the Chargers bounced back by beating North Oldham on Friday night 10-4.
Thanks for the sports, Matt and Jared. Now here's Plugged In.
The British virtual rock band Gorillaz is releasing their 5th studio album, Humans, on April 28th, and on March 23rd, the YouTube channel for the band uploaded 4 songs from their new album entitled Andromeda, Ascension, Saturn's Bars, and We Got the Power. I'm excited to hear the new album. I thought Plastic Beach was okay, but it could have been better. I'm also looking forward to a De La Soul collab, if they did one, said a student who did not want to be named.
A trailer for Star Wars Battlefront 2 was just released last week. The game is set to release on November 17th, and many fans are excited for the game's new story and gameplay. Multiplayer action will take place across all eras of the Star Wars universe. Darth Maul, Padme, and many other Star Wars characters are shown in key battles throughout all eras. The game also has a new single-player game and co-op mode based around the Inferno Squad. You play as Iden Versio, commander of the Inferno Squad, and the events following the Return of the Jedi. Your main goal is to restart the Empire after the death of the Emperor. Senior Justin Johnson had this to say, "I think it looks really cool, and they are fixing a lot of problems in the first one. Whatever your opinion on the game, you have to say that it at least looks decent. DICE is trying to build on the success of the first game, and fans will get what they've been waiting for with Star Wars Battlefront 2.
The reveal trailer for the new Star Wars Episode 8 The Last Jedi came out last week to much praise by fans of the series. The trailer shows a continuation of the story from where Episode 7 left off, with Luke training Rey in the way of the Force by his giant rock. One thing that many found surprising was when Luke said, "It's time for the Jedi to end." This could signify what many Star Wars fans have been speculating, Luke turning to the dark side. As a huge fan of the Star Wars series, I'm extremely excited to see what comes next.
The sculptor of Wall Street's iconic Charging Bull statue says New York City has violated his legal rights with the placement of Fearless Girl, a statue of a young girl that has been staring down his creation since International Women's Day March on March 8th. Artist Arturo Di Modica and his lawyers argued at a press conference in New York City that the placement of the statue was copyright infringement and distorted the meaning of his sculpture. BEHS student Jordan Hasty stated, "I believed it was actually a cool change and honestly gave it more meaning. As long as they get the rights to keep it there, it shouldn't be a problem." Well, that's all for Plugged In. Let's go back to the main studio.
Thanks for watching. We hope you had a great weekend. I'm Brooke.
I'm William. I'm Garrett.
I'm Kyle.
I'm Matthew.
I'm Jared.
Goodbye, everyone. See you next time. Thanks for watching.
Whose world is this? The world is yours. The world is yours. It's mine, it's mine, it's mine. Whose world is this? It's mine, it's mine, it's mine. Whose world is this? The world is yours. The world is yours. It's mine, it's mine, it's mine. I sip the Don Pete, watching Gandhi till I'm charged and writing in my book of rhymes. All the words past the margin. The whole of mic I'm throbbing.